Welcome back, everybody. Eric here with Guitarsenal. All right, we're getting bit today by the shark. This is the Thresher from Greenchild Effects right here out of Georgia. Local Georgia effects pedal builder. And this is meant to be sort of a clone or improvement, dare I say, of the Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal, okay? You guys are probably familiar with some of those sounds. The Bluesbreaker sound, it's a very British inspired sort of sound, and it gets this just really great transparent crunch and drive that can certainly go into some really high ends of saturation depending on how you set it up. So the cool thing about this type of circuit is that you actually end up having parallel gain stages. So you've got sort of the original clean tone of the amplifier and the gain, and as you pony up the gain, it blends out less of the cleans and gives you more of the gain type of sound. So you can dial in by, getting the gain very low, you can get a very transparent sort of sound. Like right now, we've got the gain up kind of high. We're getting some of the grind of the Thresher in there. We are going to chase a few transparent sounds. I'm going to disengage the Thresher, and hopefully when I remove my capo, I'm in tune. I was just noodling around with a little bluesy thing there in the beginning. Let's listen to the naked signal here of the Bandmaster. This is a 1966 Fender Bandmaster on 6. So we're pretty high on the volume. It's a Mesa Boogie 410 Lone Star extension cabinet, all pine construction, open back. It's loaded with Jensen 10-inch speakers, bluebacks. This is a Fender American Standard Stratocaster with Fender Fat 50s custom shop pickups, 9 through 42 on the string gauge, and these are Tomastic infield power brights. All right, let's give it a listen. Very fat sounding. All right, on the bridge pickup. Very clean Fender amp, perfectly indicative of what you would expect out of a Fender amp. All right, we're gonna get the gain a little lower. We'll leave the level kind of where it's at, maybe a scotch higher. All right, we've got a control for mids. Our tilt basically gives you bass to treble from a left to right configuration. As you go from counterclockwise to clockwise, you get more treble, but it's not quite the same. So technically, I guess a middle EQ profile would be with the tilt about in the middle. All right, there is no, I don't feel a lock or a spot on the pot, but let's go ahead and just leave the tilt kind of low. So this should be more of a bassy frequency. We'll get the mids kind of low and the gain low, and this should give us sort of a scoop mid frequency range, maybe a bit of extra mids here with the Thresher, and this should be very transparent sounding, just shy of clean, okay? Man, what an inspiring guitar sound. I mean, that Bandmaster alone, I don't know, man. She don't need much help. Let's give it a listen. First on the neck pickup. All right, so just a bit of extra compression, a little bit of a mid-range hump. Really, really nice there on the lower end of the spectrum. We'll go ahead and start introducing a little bit more of the gain circuit. Let's bring in some more mids. And this time, I'm gonna go for a glassy sound on the rhythm pickup of the Stratocaster, and I'm gonna bring this tilt up a good bit. This should give us kind of a glassy Marshall sort of sound, maybe a scotch more gain. This should certainly put us into sort of a Jimi Hendrix kind of territory. Let's give that a listen here. First, well, let's just hear it. Beautiful. All right, something a little more Hendrixy on the neck pickup. And what a beautiful sound. Reminds me of a Marshall, a Plexi on the rhythm channel, not super high gain. I mean, it can get into some higher gains, which you're going to here in a moment, but it definitely gets that glassy Marshall sort of thing. The Bandmaster is already kind of sparkly sounding, but it just adds a bit of fidelity. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna add a little bit more mids to that sound. And let's get that tilt back just a scotch, bring in just a little bit more crunch and lower our volume a little bit. This is about close to Unity EQ sound, but with more drive from the Thresher and less of the clean parallel signal from the pedal. Oh boy. All right, here we go. All right. Yes, sir. That's blues in a box right there. If you like that Hendrix thing, that 60s bluesy thing, what an inspiring type of pedal. I tend to chase more of the cleaner sounds, but we are going to get into some of the grind. Let's go ahead and increase that gain. I tell you what, I love the way my Strat is sounding with the mids and tilt set where it's at. We will experiment with that some more, but I'm going to go ahead and pony that gain up a smidge. All right, and we're going to decrease the level. And just so it's not too bitey, I'll go ahead and get that EQ back just a bit. I like where the mids are at. All right, getting into some more grind. I'm gonna, this time, use the bridge pickup. I'm gonna dial back some of the tone to about halfway. All right, let's see if it womans up a bit while still retaining some chime in there, okay? Here we go. Woo! It's got some voodoo going on in there. I really love that. I want to hear that on the neck pickup. And to be a rogue, we're going to go all the way out on the tone on the neck pickup. This should be really glassy, kind of Stevie Ray sort of territory. All right, let's give it a listen. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to bring back that tilt, increase the gain a little more. This is getting definitely in the crunchy territory. I'm going to boost those mids, bring the level back a bit. We'll get on the middle pickup, and I'm going to dial out some of the tone. Let's give this a listen, all right? Oh boy, here we go. All right, we've got the gain ponied out. Let's try backing off the volume control and see if we can get the pedal to clean up really well. That sustain is magical. And guys, listen, I'm at concert volume in this room. This amp is running at a volume that you could play a concert or even, you know, a big club. We're talking several hundred people. We are certainly ponied out here on the volume. Wow, son, that is inspiring. Let's try breaking off the volume. All right, let's get way up on the gain. Now, this is probably a little more gain than I would want. I love where the mids are at. The volume's great. I might just kiss it down a little bit. Again, one more reference signal, the bypass signal on the Bandmaster, and then we're gonna go full tilt here on the, on the drive, okay? That's the naked Bandmaster, okay? All right, I want to give you an idea of the top end of the gain spectrum. That's probably a little crazy for me, but I find that the pedal sounds really sweet. Those mids kind of get a little higher there. We're going to bring in a little more volume. That tilt's about right. I like the pedal right here, okay? I think that's about the best sound. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We post every Friday here on Guitarsenal. Make sure you tune in, like, comment, subscribe, share with your buddies if you dare. This has been the Thresher from Greenchild Effects, once again, right here out of Georgia. Really cool. Great Bluesbreaker circuit. I love it. Love the mid control. That's super important when you've got such a glassy type of pedal that can really get into the high end. On the top end of the gain, it's definitely got gain on tap, especially through a crank tube amp. Let's give this a listen here. I'm going to get on the neck pickup. I think the best tones out of this pedal are like a glassy neck pickup sound. With a fair amount of clean still in there, get a bit of grind. Man, it's very inspiring to play through. Great blues pedal, great for that 60s rock type of stuff. Really cool thing. I'm going to make a little bit more racket, let you guys get back to your day. Thank you for watching. See you next time. All right, going to make some noise. I'm going to get a little wetter on the delay and reverb here. Just have a little fun. It's good.